it's really hard to know how to interact with someone who's homeless. For some reason, I think that when you see someone, there's something more threatening about them than, say, interacting with someone who's living in poverty in a third world country. I guess because maybe they're just not the norm here, whereas like if you go overseas, that's all you see. But here you're used to, you know, everyone's supposed to have their house, and here are these people that they don't fit into any standards that we've created for quality of life.
I just want to say that homelessness is a deplorable state. People don't realize it's an existence, but it's not really a life. You have to struggle every day, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You don't get a day off. It's totally exhausting trying to find a place to stay warm or to stay cool, to find some water, find food, just the necessities that everyone takes for granted. It's almost like struggling to breathe and to be on foot every day and to try and moderate your life and get health needs. It's a horrible way. And in our country that's the richest in the whole history of the nation of the world, for people to have to live like this, it's very, very sad. We need to come up with a way to have affordable housing and pay a decent income to our country before we start helping others. Because if we can't help ourselves, how can we help anybody else?
Yeah. Thanks for being here today. I'll start my story by saying that at your age, I didn't know anything about homelessness. I never envisioned a day when I would need to know anything about homelessness because, you know, it wasn't part of my life. I didn't see it. I don't ever remember, you know, not having a warm enough coat or not getting enough to eat. My folks emphasized the importance of education. They said, do well in school and you'll do well in life. And I took their advice and did real well in school. I did so well in school that I felt I was ready to take on the world right out of high school. And so I didn't go to college right away. So I had a new boss. Nothing really changed that day. Nothing changed for several months. But about 6 months after the new owners had taken over, they kind of swooped down from the main offices and broom swept middle management. And, well, that was me, without my college degree. But like I said, I can take care of myself, right? No big deal. Still got a roof over my head. I can get another job. Except before I got another job, my house burned down. And you know, you get to be my age, what you do is part of who you are. I'd been a manager at this marketing company for many years, and then one Friday afternoon, all of a sudden, I wasn't. You know, I'd gotten laid off, and before I'd even really gotten used to that, everything I thought worth hanging on to in life went up in smoke when my house burned down, and I got a little lost myself. I started my story saying I didn't know anything about homelessness, and that was still true. You know, I didn't know where the soup kitchen in the church basement was. I didn't know there's a phone number that you can call if you're cold. Somebody will bring you a blanket or offer to take you to a shelter if there's space. I didn't know any of that, but oh, I forgot I can take care of myself, right? I said that. You know, looking back on it, that's all I was doing, was taking care of myself. I wasn't really looking out for anybody else, so guess what? There wasn't a big long line of people waiting to look out for me when I fell into hard times, and that was a tough lesson. It's funny, when you become homeless, it's like you turn invisible. All of a sudden, people walk by you like you're not even there. You know, for me, it wasn't the waking up cold, being hungry. It wasn't any of that that really got to me about being homeless. It was the way I was treated. But thankfully it wasn't everybody that treated me like that. There's a lot of organizations whose mission it is to help the homeless. A lot of them do a good job. For me, it was just individuals It was people who took the time to ask me how I was doing. People who remembered my name. How you doing, John? I asked a guy for some money one day. He said he had something better than money, and he showed me a newspaper. It's called Street Sense, and this is a street paper. The content is contributed by formerly homeless people. Then it's published and it's sold by the homeless and formerly homeless. And so I started selling this paper. Now, it didn't solve all my problems overnight, far from it. But what it did was it salvaged some of my self-esteem. At least I wasn't begging. You know, when I lost my job and my home, I thought I'd really lost everything that I had to lose. I didn't realize that I had something else to lose, and that was my dignity, because of the way our society treats the homeless. Conversation, I'm way different from the others. It's unlikely that they'll ask me if I want to pass the time. Yet a man there waits to meet me, though he chooses not to greet me. A little nod of recognition lets me know I'm not alone. I sell a homeless paper street sense. All I want is just $1 or a smile that'll hold me till $1 comes along. If you want to, you can find me, 'cause I live right here on the corner, just a bank account away from America.